could set a precedent, and a standout senior will go from Pittsburgh High School to a renowned tech school in Boston. KOAM News at 10 is next.
Did you know?
Now at 10, Missouri's governor signs a utilities bill into law, but not everyone says the impacts will be positive. Plus, election results in Goodman have voters wondering what happens when one candidate wins two offices. And a new partnership aims to give Franklin Tech students a full ride pathway into tech careers at Pitt State.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Missouri's governor signs a law that supporters say will strengthen the state's energy infrastructure and opponents say could increase your bills. This is KOAM News at 10. I'm Dow Quick. The bill signed by Governor Mike Kehoe today covers a wide range of electric utilities issues. One aspect of the law will allow utility companies to charge customers for the construction of new electric generating plants, potentially raising electric rates all across the state. The Consumers Council for Missouri had estimated that electric customers could face an additional $1,100 in annual charges under the legislation. However, the governor says the law is a major step forward in strengthening Missouri's energy infrastructure and supporting long-term economic development. It's a race that might have some Goodman, Missouri voters kind of confused. J.R. Fisher and Clay Sexton ran against each other for two different positions, mayor and South Ward alderman. Sexton won both races. We spoke to the Missouri Secretary of State's office, who says if the same candidate wins both positions, typically the position that candidate didn't want would be left open as a vacancy. They say an appointment to that position could be made, and it didn't have to be the runner-up. Sexton says he's taking the office of mayor.
I do have the choice of which seat that I want, but I want this seat after consulting with my wife and my family and what we think will be best for the town moving forward.
The McDonald County Clerk's Office will provide the City of Goodman with the results in a letter after their verification board verifies and certifies them on Monday. Once received, it's at the discretion of the City of Goodman to determine how to proceed. It's been a nice day out there. Let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Doug Heddy.
Yeah, it turned out to be a fantastic Wednesday for us today. Quite a bit warmer than what we did see yesterday. 77 for a high, started at 52. 68 is our norm, so we're about 10 degrees above the record. 88 set back in 2011. Still not bad. 62 in Joplin, 59 in Pittsburgh, so mainly upper 50s to lower 60s. We're not going to drop off too much tonight. We'll bottom out near 50 once again. Have a few clouds kind of skirting through, some showers off across eastern parts of Missouri. Overall, pretty calm night for us tonight, and the winds have really calmed down. It was pretty windy. Earlier today, we were having gusts 30 to about 35. These will pick up a bit as we go into the daytime hours on Thursday. So a few clouds tonight, random sprinkle on the Missouri side, then Thursday looks pretty good. We're going to break out, see partly sunny skies and warming up once again. We're going to look at your weekend here in a bit. All
right, we'll catch you in a few. Authorities in Kansas say they've identified the victim in a 52-year-old cold case. The victim, who's been identified as Jimmy Allen Dolison of Kansas City, Kansas, was discovered 3 miles southeast of Garnett, Kansas in April of 1973. Authorities say Dolison was around 20 years old at the time of his death, which the coroner has ruled a homicide. Dolison was identified and his siblings discovered thanks to the results of DNA testing and a national database of missing and unidentified persons. The KBI and the Anderson County Sheriff's Office continue to investigate the circumstances of Dolison's death and have reached out to the public asking for help. A new BBB study shows identity theft is evolving with the rise of AI tools and dark web activity. Since 2021, more than 16,000 reports have been filed through the BBB scam tracker, with monetary losses on the rise. The regional head of the Bureau says scammers are using stolen personal information to create fake identities and carry out more fraud.
One of, I think, the most important things to come out of this new study is the importance of good cyber hygiene. You have to be proactive in taking care of your data. For example, you want a long and strong password, but it's not enough. You need to turn on multi-factor authentication anywhere you can. It's not enough, although you should be monitoring your credit reports.
The BBB warns consumers to monitor accounts, use strong passwords, and protect sensitive data. Pitt State and Franklin Technology Center have announced a new partnership to support future technology professionals. Starting next year, 10 Franklin Tech students each year will receive full tuition and fees to attend PSU's Crossland College of Technology. The scholarships are renewable for 2 or 4 years, depending on the student's program. Partnership also includes ongoing support, events, and promotional resources to encourage student success.
I think first was the strength and excellence of both of the programs here at FTC in the technical programs and their alignment with other excellence that's happening at Pittsburgh State. And to be able to use those strengths to serve students in their education and then their transition into careers really made the most sense.
School leaders say this collaboration is designed to build a stronger, more affordable pathway into tech careers. You know, it's a significant achievement to be accepted into the prestigious Massachusetts Institute of Technology, a dream for many, and now a reality for one Pittsburgh high school student. Dominic Bach has been awarded a full academic scholarship to MIT. Today, family, teachers, and friends gathered to celebrate his ceremonial signing to congratulate him. While those who know Dominic are well aware of his capabilities, they tell us they remain consistently amazed by his relentless ambition and dedication to shaping his future.
I founded Guide LLC about a year ago, and in collaboration with me and my team in Stanford, we've been able to make a lot of great progress, but just haven't had opportunity and access to education companies to partner with. So now that I'm moving to the Boston area, there's a lot of really strong education companies.
By the way, Dominic is the son of KOAM's own Tanya Bach. You see her there. That means a lot of us here at the station have known Dominic his entire life. We know Tanya is proud. We all are as well. That young man has a bright future ahead of him for sure. Coming up, a pause in the trade war.
The president puts his latest tariffs on pause, sparking a stock market surge. I'm Erica Brown at the White House with more on the president's trade policy reversal.
And we take a look at how tariff talk has an impact right here in our area. After days of insisting his tariffs would not be lifted, President Trump reversed course, placing a pause on tariffs for all but one nation and prompting Wall Street to respond with yet another historic day. But as Erica Brown reports from Washington, some lawmakers remain skeptical of the tariffs' impacts.
Wall Street came roaring back Wednesday, the Dow up more than 2,900 points in its biggest one-day gain since 2008, after President Trump announced a 90-day pause on his reciprocal tariffs for all nations except China. The president said more than 70 countries want to engage in negotiations for trade deals with the U.S.
Somebody had to do what we did, and I did a 90-day pause for the people that didn't retaliate, because I told them if you retaliate, we're going to double it. And that's what I did with China, because they did retaliate.
The president further hiked tariffs on Chinese imports, pushing them to 125% after Beijing raised its retaliatory tariffs on U.S. goods to 84%. Still, the president insists he believes China wants to reach an agreement with the U.S. While Wall Street responded favorably to the president's latest tariff announcements, some lawmakers remain skeptical about the strategy.
Donald Trump is feeling the heat from Democrats and across America about how bad these tariffs are. He is reeling, he is retreating, and that is a good thing.
The president also signed executive orders Wednesday aimed at restoring business competition and repealing federal regulations that limit household water pressure.
In my case, I like to take a nice shower to take care of my beautiful hair. And I have to stand under the shower for 15 minutes till it gets wet. It comes out drip, drip, drip. It's ridiculous.
The order says it intends to, quote, make America's showers great again. Erica Brown, CBS News, the White House.
It's unclear what will happen after the 90-day period concludes while countries negotiate with the Trump administration. It's also affecting people right here in the 4 states. We spoke to a couple who are keeping an eye on what's happening with prices and more because of the tariffs. They think it's going to be a waiting game to see the full impacts.
I believe we ought to do something radical right now. And if that means tariffs and I'm inconvenienced for a minute, then I am. I've lived through harder times than where we are right now, and so I believe that we just have to wait out the short term to see what will happen in the long run.
I think his goal is to try to reshore manufacturing jobs, but I think he's misguided in thinking that Americans are good at producing everything, and we're not.
Although neither person we talked with totally opposes tariffs, they do have differing opinions on how the tariffs could impact others. A little later, a teen dives into action to save a group of people from floodwaters in Arkansas. His story's coming up.
Plus, our temperatures staying pretty nice as we go through the next couple days. We're going to look at that coming up.
Spruce up your home this spring.
Well, it turned out to be a beautiful Wednesday for us today. Quite a bit of sunshine. It was windy, not super windy, but still moving pretty good across the region. Looks good right now. Nice shot. Indigo Sky Casino and Resort Indigo is just outside of Seneca, Missouri. All right, look at our temps. Not too bad. Still holding upper 50s to lower 60s across the region. And we're going to see actually pretty good temperatures as we go through the overnight hours for us tonight. The winds have really calmed down. They get a little breezy again tomorrow. So we'll have those gusts kind of 25 upwards to 30 miles per hour. They come down quite a bit on Friday. So a little breezy on Friday, but besides that, overall, we are looking pretty good. We have some clouds kind of skirting through the region. Can't rule out a random sprinkle, but most of any showers or thunderstorms will stay across eastern Missouri into Illinois. You can see this wave kind of tracks all the way back. See the little spin moving into western parts of Minnesota. Weak, but still, it's giving us the clouds across the region. All right, let's go through time. We're going to go until the morning hours and stop. Temperatures 48 to about 50. Let's go through the morning. Some mid and upper level clouds streaming through. I think most of us kind of 68, 69, 70 once we get to about the noon hour. Heading into the afternoon, northwesterly wind, getting a little breezy, but high temps 73, 74, 75 in our western counties, near 70 once you get into our eastern counties. Heading into Thursday night, a little bit colder. Temperatures back down near 40, but we should stay above that frost level. Heading into Friday, a little cooler, but still nice. Mid 60s across the board, upper 60s once you get into our western counties. Kind of chilly again to kick off the weekend. Upper 30s, again above that frost, to near 40 by Saturday morning. But then we start a warming trend as we head into the weekend. 51 in the morning, 70 by noon, high temp 73 degrees. All right, let's look at the weekend. Saturday overall looks pretty good. We get a southerly wind returning. Look at our highs near 70. Remember, this past weekend it was raining and it was about 43 for both days. Now, as we head into Sunday, southerly winds pick up and we warm up. I think most of us upper 70s to near 80. And then we'll see a system drop by, which will cool us down a little bit as we head into Monday. So if we look at the big pattern, the overall pattern, of course we had all the thunderstorms last week, severe weather. We're not seeing that this week because we don't have any big storm systems. Here's the one shooting by over the weekend. Now finally the jet stream buckles out to the west. By the middle of next week, this will start to bring in better chances for showers and thunderstorms and possibly a severe threat returning late next week. 73 on your Thursday, 64 on your Friday, 70 Saturday, but up to 81 on Sunday, looking pretty good. 70 on Monday, and then chances for thunderstorms moving in Wednesday and Thursday of next week.
By Wednesday and Thursday of next week, we'll probably be about due for some rain.
Yeah, we'll need a little bit by then.
Yeah, it'd be nice to dry out a bit in the meantime.
Absolutely.
Thanks, Doug. Floodwaters have threatened parts of Arkansas this week, and threatened some lives. And Arklet Tech's teen and his sister braved some of those waters to help save a group of people trapped in an SUV. As Chris Termigian reports, anyone can be a hero.
A hero. That's what school leaders are calling 16-year-old Caden Dowdle, a 10th grade student from Nevada High School in Roston, Arkansas.
We're so proud of Caden and his heroism. I don't know that as an adult I could have done that.
During the flooding this past Saturday, Caden and his family were driving along this section of Interstate 30 in Hempstead County when they witnessed a wreck. An SUV with 6 people was in the median and began to sink in the rushing water. That's when Caden took action.
As soon as I got out, I walked to where they was at and where I can get close to them, and I took my boots off and I jumped off in the water. And then if I would have just stayed in the truck, I feel like a really bad person today.
Caden helped in this rescue. His sister Amber Dillard also braved the floodwaters, getting 2 children and 4 adults to safety.
And I swam out into the water and I took the baby from the mom and swam it back to my little brother, and he got it. And then I swam back with a rope, and my dad and another guy pulled us with the mom. She could not swim.
Amber is a 2nd grade teacher in Hope, Arkansas.
I teach here every day and I help so many kids, so whenever I seen those kids, it was just natural instinct to do it.
Caden and Amber say they were not concerned with their own safety and said they would do it again if needed.
I'm glad I can be recognized for it, but I don't want to say I'm too much. I mean, I was just doing a good deed. I know that person's real happy that I could help, and I'd do it again if it was anybody else.
Everyone was successfully brought to safety with no injuries, and Caden said only one of the 6 people in the car could swim.
Certainly a couple of heroes still ahead. Pitt State and Missouri Southern renewed their rivalry on the baseball diamond. John Dales has all the highlights from the Lions' battle with the Gorillas and more. It's coming up next in sports.
Pittsburgh State and Missouri Southern baseball have played each other one time so far this year. That was an 8-4 Gorilla victory in Joplin a couple weeks ago, and this evening PSU hopes to clinch the best-of-3 season series. Gorillas at home against the Lions, riding an 8-game winning streak. We start in the first. Dagan Brewer lines one to left. Hagen Dyer hustles around third, and he slides in safely at home to score. It's 1-0 Pitt State. Same score until the third. Drew Bugner launches this one to deep right field and out of here. The PSU lead grows to 3-0 after that home run, but the Lions would claw their way back. 4th inning, Chayton Beck drives one to straightaway center. That one is deep and gone. Southern jumps in front. The Lions now lead 4-3. Bottom of the inning, things get a little bit weird. Pitt State with men on the corners, 2 outs. Alex Rogers tries to steal second. The ball gets away, so Connor Allen scores from third. After another errant throw from Southern, Rogers comes all the way around to score. Yeah, he started the play on first base. Now to the 7th. Pitt State up 7-5. Man on second, it's Brewer lacing a double to left center. Bugner scores easily for the insurance run. Gorillas up by 3. And then Cooper Crouch comes in the 9th inning, and he slams the door shut. Pitt State beats Missouri Southern 8-5 for its 9th win in a row. Gorillas clinched the season series over the Lions for the first time since 2022. In Major League Baseball, the Cardinals finish up their road trip this afternoon in Pittsburgh. They're hoping to get a series win over the Pirates. Cardinals and Pirates with a scoreless tie in the bottom of the 6th. Eric Fetty has a no-hitter intact. First, he gets a swinging strikeout. They throw down to second. Umpire says safe. Play gets challenged. After the review, gets changed to out. Next batter, Fetty strikes out Brian Reynolds swinging, but he would get pulled after throwing those 6 innings of no-hit ball. In the 7th, Phil Maton comes out of the bullpen. First batter he faces is Endy Rodriguez, who gets the first hit of the day for the Pirates. Still, though, we stay scoreless into the 8th inning. That's when Wilson Contreras pops this pitch up. Endy Rodriguez and Joey Bart for the Pirates, they collide. That ball lands in fair territory. It's a live ball, and Thomas Sajaci gets tagged out at home by Cabrian Hayes. Big time collision between Rodriguez and Bart. They'd both stay in the game. And then Hayes makes a heads-up play here, scooping it up and making the tag. Still no score. Now we go to the bottom of the 11th. It's Bart who was involved in that collision, lines one into right. This could end the game if they score, but Lars Nootbaar comes up firing in his throw to the plate, on time and on target to get the out. Cardinals would score the first run of the game in the 12th. Now we go to the 13th. We're tied at one out. Bases loaded for the Pirates, and it's Bart again, this time sending it all the way to the warning track. Doesn't matter if it's caught or not. He walks it off. Cardinals lose a 13-inning marathon to the Pirates 2-1. Meanwhile, the Royals, they also lose to the Twins. Final score 4-0. This one not quite as exciting as the other game we just saw. Kansas City held to just 3 hits the entire game. The Royals hope to shake this one off with a series tomorrow, trying to get the win. The final game tomorrow afternoon at 1:10. And back to those Pitt State baseball team. The baseball team and softball team rolling for Pittsburgh State right now. Combined, they've won 19 straight.
That's amazing. Yeah, the baseball team 9 straight, the softball team 10.
Yeah.
We'll be right back.
Chances are hero.
Spring in the 4 states can sometimes be kind of dreary, sometimes kind of scary, sometimes beautiful. Right now we're getting a good dose of beautiful.
Yeah, it's it turned out to be a great week so far. 73 tomorrow still. It is going to be windy. Winds kind of gusting 25 to 30. A little bit cooler Friday, but good. 64, 70 Saturday, 81 on Sunday. So after a really crummy weekend last weekend, we get a nice one this one.
Mother Nature's going to make it up to us. Final sports notes.
It's an exciting next few days for fans of golf. The 89th edition of the Masters Tournament gets started tomorrow morning and goes till Sunday.
Very good. Thanks for joining us. Don't forget the morning show starts at 5 a.m. and let's make it a great tomorrow.